between ourselves, we can come forward, inshallah. Jazakumullah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا استعينوا بالصبر والصلاة إن الله مع الصابرين وقال الله عز وجل وخلف من بعده خلف أضاعوا الصلاة واتبعوا الشهوات فسوف يلقون غدا إذا تاب وآمن وعمل عملا صالحا صدق الله العظيم. We begin as always praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal with the few moments that we are here, it's beneficial for us. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to purify our motives, our niyyah, intention, of why we are here. And just to clarify, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our salat al-Asr, and give us the ability when the time for Salat al-Maghrib comes, we can also perform and fulfill the obligation that Allah Azza wa Jal has set for us. Ameen. And along with this, during this time, and whenever we sit down to seek knowledge, let it be with that pure motive that Allah helps us to internalize what we may hear. The goodness, that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant barakah there, to grant us the ability of action, and it's not something that we listen to and pass by. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us better human beings by doing so. And when we have to remind them the benefits of the believer, وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And with this intention, we sit down and we hope to better ourselves. We hope to have time for reflection. We hope to have time for contemplation, where we think over what we do on a regular basis. And our topic for Wednesdays, as always, is Salah. The importance of Salah, the components found within Salah, some of the gems and treasures for us to discover, for us to experience within our prayer, for us to feel that sweetness within our prayer, to a point where we look forward to praying. And when the prayer time is slipping by, we as believers, we should feel as though that there's something missing from us. That's how the feeling of the believer should be. And it should be priority. Many of us may be parents, and when it's time for us to pick up our children, we know it becomes a priority. It's something that's on your mind. When it's time for them to come out of school, I have to be there. If you have the school run, and if you have that responsibility, it comes top of your list. Likewise, you may have work, you may have other commitments, many other things that are happening, but they go down the list, become secondary. For a believer, Salah, may Allah Azza wa Jalla make this a reality for all of us, should be our priority, because it's a command of Allah. It's what joins us and connects us to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is throughout the day. Minimum days, within a day, 5 times. From one section of the day to the next, we have a prayer, we have a divine formula to keep us, or to keep that energy within our souls at a good level. At a level where we can cope and deal with life. And this life that we're in, we all know there are different trials that we'll go through. So many different challenges, one after the other, sometimes many at one time. days, we have the blessings of Allah. In fact, at every moment it's a blessing of Allah. But we appreciate that blessing more. And we are grateful for that. So, Salah helps us with many aspects of our life. I want to touch upon a few for today. So first of all, it's the main, or one of the main pillars. It's the second pillar from the 5 pillars that we believe in and that we practice. Number 1 is the Shahada. And just to refresh, the Shahada, it's something that we don't just say, but we truly believe in that testimony. And in essence, it means Allah, or I testify that Allah comes first in my life. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, there is nothing, no deity, no other commitment, no other concern, no other thought before my Allah. And that's easy to say, but to once again to put that into reality, it's a challenge. It's a lifelong challenge. And we're just speaking about children, and you see one young child, mashallah, it reminds me of children and wealth. It's one of the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about. That don't be distracted, or don't destroy yourself through the pursuit of children and wealth. Don't let it remove you from the remembrance of Allah. لا تلهكم أموالكم ولا أولادكم عن ذكر الله. ومن يفعل ذلك فأولئك هم الخاسرون. The one who does so will be from amongst those who lose, or the losers. So the Shahada, first of all. And the Shahada, we obviously know it's in 2 components. One is the belief of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We believe in everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, regarding His names, His qualities, His attributes, His characteristics, His impact in our life, the fact that He has given us life, is Al-Hayy Al-Qayyum, and all of the other names and characteristics. We believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is a large topic, by the way. Just that first part, Tawheed in Allah. Firm belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything happens because of the planning of Allah. Allah is Alimul Ghaib wa Shahada. He knows exactly what you're going through, what's happening right now with every single person. Down to what detail? Down to the leaf, a single leaf that falls down on every tree. Subhanallah. The amounts of fishes, or fish within the sea, the oceans. The amounts of drops that are found within the oceans. Globally, that's the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What does that mean for you and I? It helps us to understand there are certain details that I go through no one else knows. In fact, sometimes me, myself, who's going through them, don't even remember. But Allah knows. And Allah knows everything in the past, and He knows what's going to happen in the future. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also, part of the Shahada, وَأَشْهَدُ أَنْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَأَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا رَسُولُ اللَّهِ. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the entire Masjid. We accept that. It also means that we accept his teachings, we accept his message, we accept his way to be the best way, and for us to follow that way. We are human beings, how we live in our life. Sometimes people from Africa, when you go to Africa, people will say, you're living like someone from Europe. When we're here in Europe, people will say, you're living like people who are from another continent. And we may have different ways of living. People from Asia, from different parts of the world. And you're acting like this, and you're acting in a particular way. How many of us are living the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The way that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam set the example for us to follow. How we spoke to people, how we dealt with people, when it came to business, commerce, buying, selling, a leader, a husband. And all of these different aspects we find in the life of the Prophet ﷺ that are there for us to follow. How much should we follow? And that's a question for you and I to ask ourselves. And how far are we from that? And what intention, or how can we follow some of the footsteps? Or what aspects of our life can I make sure that I'm getting rewarded for? And know that when we follow the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is the best method. Sometimes when we're doing business, we think, hey, you know, let me go and speak to this guy. He knows the system well. He knows where the loopholes are. He knows where the great parts are. He knows what's black and white. He's made some good money. She's made some good money. Let me follow that model. My dear brothers and sisters, momentarily it might bring you satisfaction. But if it's something that's displeasing to Allah, has that ever crossed our mind? How far are we from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's teaching? Has that crossed our mind? These are some of the things that we testify to when we say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. So Shahada that's the main pillar. It should be found in every aspect of our life. We question ourselves. It should be taqwa. Remind you of this. That thought. How am I dealing with things? Whatever's coming in your life. Sometimes it's looking for a job. So many people have. I had this discussion with here in the Masjid. They come and they ask me, they say, London, live, difficult to live, to pay the bills, to pay the rent, mortgage, whatever it may be. The houses, we all know the situation. So I need a job. And the only job that I'm getting is I have to stock up the alcohol. Or I have to deal with some sort of haram. And first of all, I applaud those who come and ask because they have a concern. And they ask because they don't fully know. And they ask and they say, what do you suggest? What's your opinion? Can I just get your thoughts on this? The fact that they come in to try to get a religious answer to guide them in life, alhamdulillah. Many people, they will never consider that. A job comes, yes, I'm taking it. No questions asked. Why do I need to question? It's my life. So, obviously we advise them. I have belief in Allah. Allah was presenting this job for you. Maybe it's a test for you. Look at something that will bring satisfaction to your heart that you're committed no wrong with Allah. And if that's possible, go for that option. But nonetheless, coming back to the point of discussion, Shahada being our main pillar, that in every action we have to ask ourselves. But then, we need some refueling within the day. We need to refresh some of the particles of our faith, or articles of our faith. Iman, do we believe it? How much do we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Rabbul Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Believe in the last day, believe in the angels, believe in divine decree by Allah, believe in the afterlife. These are all things at times in life we may overlook. We believe in them, yes. Sometimes they go on the back seat. We don't take full advantage. It doesn't become the driving force. And in Salah, these things are refreshed. And this is why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one of the reasons why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned that Salah is the iman, it's the foundation of your iman. We have the Shahada, for sure, most important aspect. Because if the Shahada is not right, most people need to come to the Masjid. Many non-Muslims, they are coming back. Yeah, we have some visitors today at this Masjid. Local people, people from other faiths. I want to see what Muslims do, and see how they pray. And they see, they observe. But what's lacking? Iman. The Iman isn't there. So we come for the benefit. So for a person to benefit, we must refresh our Iman. And one of the things that we get ready for, Imam Ghazali makes point of this, It's a beautiful starting point, and I hope it's something that I can live by. Thank you, my dear brothers and sisters. But before we even come to Salah, we make wudu. Yes, it's a fundamental act or a requirement for us to be in a pure state and make wudu. And after we make wudu, what is the dua? Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Once again, we're refreshing. Why? We just make wudu. We're purifying ourselves. But also, when we leave our homes to come to the masjid, there's a dua that we can say at any time. With Fajr, Zohar, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, Jumu'ah, Eid, whatever prayer we come for. Make this dua to ourselves and ask Allah. Make dua to Allah. Allah, you gave me this tawfiq. You gave me this ability to have the importance of Salah in my life. From the millions of things I could have been doing in life, whether same or not, Allah, you guided me to Salah. Allah, I ask you to purify my intentions. And I don't come to the masjid out of arrogance, no pride, or no showing off. Allah, make me sincere. And with this, you're refreshing. You're motivated. Why are you coming for prayer? And it also helps us focus. And I mentioned this many times, I hope once again we can live by this. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, before doing any action, we find the dua. Subhanallah. Every time there is a dua. He's going to the toilet, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, dua. He comes out of the toilet, he's relieved himself, dua. First thing, he wakes up in the morning, praising Allah. With the dua, with hamd, and appreciating life and the giver of life, the giver of good health. Subhanallah. Leaving the home, coming back into the home. With these du'as, it helps us focus. So for many people who are coming to the masjid regularly, alhamdulillah, tawfiq from Allah. Don't let it get to a point where it just becomes an empty habit. Every time we come to the masjid, every salah, there should be the energy that we feel. The moment we leave the home, we know where we are going. We're heading to the masjid to get the spiritual energy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, being connected with Him, listening to the Quran, being humble, and saying the tasbih. Like I said, we'll go through different aspects of Salah, but this is all before Salah. How we thinking? Because then we are focused. When we are coming to the masjid, our mind isn't set upon, I need to see that person. I had something to do, I need to leave this. Because that shouldn't be the reason. We can do so. It's the secondary. I need to take out something. Whatever the reason may be. And there are many reasons why we come to the masjid. And some of them are very good. Quite good. There's an energy within a group that we're all praying. However, knowing the sincerity, the main motive should be there. This is why many times I like to remind myself and you, switch off all distractions. And there are many distractions. And the phone being one of the greatest ones right now that we have. The phone, the smartphone, the connection to the World Wide Web. You know, before the scholars, going back maybe 20 years, scholars, the highest people, used to fear the TV screen. Used to be very scary. I remember studying in Damascus, and I went to see some of the ulama. I when they wrote articles against satellite. That was the time. This is going back early in 2000. And at that time, the major concern was satellite. They want Syria or living in a Muslim country. The content was a little bit controlled, but the satellite, it opened up gates to all other parts of the world. And their norms, their culture, religion. And it was a major threat. Like I mentioned, you know, these big articles, and many of the ulama at that time, they made sure that the TV was not found in their house. And we're just speaking about TV here. That was the standard. Fast forward 20 years, subhanAllah. TV, satellite, and much more, all found in this small device. I'm just trying to point out the distractions that are there for us. And at times it's necessary for us to detach from that. We have to. And Salah gives us that opportunity. But imagine the state, the reality. What Salah passes by with a phone doesn't ring. Or a message, voice, like the sound of a message, we don't get. This is the reality. And probably in all parts of the world it's the same. Some distraction. So my brothers and my sisters, my highlighting this point for us, that from the outset, the moment we make full preparation for that particular salah, whatever salah it may be, is focus with the salah. Salah is to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's remembrance of Allah, and all other distractions put aside, and we put a block against them. This is why it's also, within the books of fiqh, we read that when a person is hungry and it's time for prayer, what should we do? Eat first or pray first, and then eat?
Eat first. Pray first.
Pray first.
Eat first.
Who says pray first? Who says eat first? Okay. So there's actually a difference between the ulama with this as well, within the fuqaha. But when you eat first, you're not thinking about food anymore. And you can pray with contentment. But if you're hungry, your tongue is rumbling, and it's not the month of Ramadan, and you think, and throughout your prayer, you're not going to be focused. You're going to be thinking about your delicious food that you're about to get to. Now you make your salah your food. Whereas salah, it should fulfill our heart's food, our spiritual food. When we think of Allah, we think of the verses, we think of why we are there. These thoughts should be coming to our mind. So, when you're hungry and food is ready, sometimes food may not be ready. Then, once again, it's preferred that you perform salah in good state, the best state that you can. So you eat first, feel content, and then you pray, so that your intention is not diverted. So today, my brothers and my sisters, focus the lesson I want us to take. We'll conclude on this, inshallah, we'll open the question for any questions. Is focus in our prayer. Because only then, and this is prior to, before we get to the prayer, what's our focus? How are we preparing? There's the outer conditions as well that we need to meet, like wudu is just one of them. The time being right, our state, our body being pure, our clothes, being fresh, and knowing that we're about to meet the Lord of the universes, Allah Rabbul Izzah. We're about to communicate with Allah. What sort of clothing am I going to be? Sometimes you meet someone from high standing, you don't want to have a mark on your clothes, carry sin. Right? Maybe people will say, the first thing that they will say is that you're very caring. Why? You don't just eat, you also feed your food, it's your clothes as well. People make these sort of comments, but it doesn't look nice, does it? To making sure that the clothes are presentable in the best manner, because this is Allah that we're presenting before. Obviously the time, facing the Qibla, these are the outer conditions. The main focus is our intention and trying to hold into the fact that I'm here to perform my salah before my Allah, and nothing should distract me from that, no other thoughts. And then within salah, you start off on a positive, you start off on the right foot. But if you're rushing to salah, our phones are on, messages are going off, in salah, you're in salah, but you know who's messaged you from the tone, from the message that you sent just before salah. If it's in the east, you're getting notifications. You know, hey, he's saying, hey, just for the sound, with your attention. So these are just a few points for us to reflect over, my dear brothers, my dear sisters. I hope it's something that we can make a little change in our life, and we'll see that when we come with this intention to salah, how that salah becomes powerful, how it becomes meaningful, how we appreciate the salah much more, inshallah. We conclude here. Are there any questions regarding the topic or anything related to the topic? Yes.
I've been taught that I know it might be a bit rude to people, but when you pass wind, if you have wudu, then you should wash yourself before doing wudu. Is that correct?
Yeah, so passing wind is one of those things that breaks wudu.
Yes, but some people believe that it's not. They say you don't have to. You can just do your wudu again without washing yourself down there.
Yeah, no, so you don't have to wash yourself down there.
Don't you? Okay.
Yeah, so wudu, one of the breakers of wudu is the fact that you pass wind, but that means that you can just perform wudu again, and then you'll get the state of wudu.
The reason I'm asking though is because when you do pass wind, obviously something's coming out. You know what I mean? And really, you don't know.
Not always.
Not always. But, it might just be wind, but there might be particles, and that's why they've been told that.
I mean, yeah, if that's something that you know that that's the case, where it's more than wind, then in that case, yes, you have to, down to a single drop of any heat coming from the private parts, you have to wash. I mean, but if it's just wind, then you can just do wudu.
Right, okay.
Are there any other questions? Yes.
About the intention, how should we make the intention? Should we make loudly or by heart?
So the main part is that you make it within the heart. That's where your intention should be, because that's where it's most important. Sometimes some people, they also say it to themselves, to remind themselves of whatever's in their heart, they also say it. You don't have to say it loud with the other person saying you. That's not a condition, because you're doing it for yourself, you're doing it for Allah. And the main part is within your heart. So this whole conversation we've been having, it happens within you, within your heart, within your mind. These are thoughts that you have. And the body can say loudly. Without any meaning, you can hear it yourself. And so that your we're clarifying the intention. If there's anything that's blocking, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remove that block. Do we have a question? Anyone? Okay, so we can continue inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you.